According to a column by photographer Taguchi Yukihito in GQ, Yuzuru Hanyu choreographed it all by himself from scratch. Of course he did, it was immediately obvious. It's too bad he'll be replacing her in the B Tour. We haven't seen enough. But in the B Tour, I'm sure there will be another masterpiece, and I'm glad about that. He made himself, keeps improving himself, and that's why he's Yuzuru Hanyu. Such choreography only Yuzuru Hanyu can embody, based on his unique abilities. Yuzuru Hanyu proves, as always, that he is a genius in everything. And he's moving forward by leaps and bounds. It is a stunner, with lots of details, and you want to watch it over and over again. But on tour B personally, I want a lyrical beauty. Although I'm not sure it fits with Yuzuru Hanyu's current inner worldview. Maybe he'll go on about struggling with himself and his circumstances. Last photo, there's a 90-degree leg, amazing control of body position. Can anyone even get close to this ideal? This is a rhetorical question if anything. And he does it all on slippery ice. Not everyone can do it on the floor. Yuzuru Hanyu before or after training at the Beijing Olympics. Someday I'll stop crying when I think of the 2022 Olympics, but not today, and someday I'll be able to read the name of China's capital in peace, but not today. But it's enough for me to know Yuzuru Hanyu is healthy and happy. When I see Yuzuru Hanyu I just admire him, he must have such a great figure. Even though Yuzuru Hanyu is not in the top 3, but I was happy about the quadruple axel certification. I was sure he would stay and make the quadruple axel. For me, Beijing was a different date, July 19th. A commercial for the 1-hour show on Fa Oi Miyagi on June 9th, they will show day 3 in the interview. Be sure to watch Fantasy on Ice at Miyagi. Axel 4 is the driving force, Hanyu-san will continue to develop technique. Two-time Olympic gold medalist Hanyu Yuzuru, who announced he would turn pro in July, was interviewed by Yomiuri Shimbun on August 10th. On the day of his first public skate as a professional, he talked about his thoughts on the 4-axel and his ideal of his 4.5-turn axel, which he performed with a fall at the Beijing Olympics, in which he will continue to challenge as a professional. He says, "It's proof that I can stay an athlete, a driving force. Coaching ultras, when I can't jump them, I feel desperate, but I can constantly think about how to challenge myself, how to overcome it, and confirm that this is a pillar for him as a professional." That's why he confidently says, "I must perform at an even higher level," without changing his belief that figure skating is a fusion of technique and art, from the days of competition. For his ideal of a professional figure skater, jumping is vital. Saying, "I want to strive for the kind of technical form that I can put quadruple and triple axels into the second part of the program." His desire to develop knows no limits. "I strive for the perfect package, the perfect performance." In training, he builds up the number of roles of competitive programs and strengthens his fitness. This weight training is incomparable to competitive training, but I really feel like I'm getting better, he says, radiating a sense of satisfaction. It looks like he'll show how much progress he's made at an ice show scheduled before the end of this year. He's been feeling lately, "Up until now I've been driven by competition, but now I want to exceed everyone's expectations, and that's times harder." On the plaque given to him, he wrote without hesitation, as if to inspire himself, "Moving forward." In early August, Yuzuru Hanyu, who ended his competitive career, gave an interview to Kyoto News after showing the press his training session in Sendai for the first time since turning pro. The rare celebrity who became a star of hope for the victims of the Great East Japan earthquake. He said the support has become a strength for him to grit his teeth in difficult times, and expressed his determination. "I want to skate so that people will support me with the same feelings as before." March 11, 2011. At 16, when all doors to the future were open to him, he encountered a disaster during training and was forced to live in an evacuation center with his family. In the seasons that followed, he attracted more attention because he was an athlete from the affected area, and he was tormented by hard feelings. "I was very uncomfortable with the idea that I was not from Japan, and as a trainer in the affected area was chosen out of pity. There were moments when it was hard at first. A third-place finish at the 2012 World Championships was an opportunity to turn things around. In the end, I was able to realize that it was because I was training in Sendai that it became an opportunity to support me. And I was able to go so far in thinking that, on the contrary, it was my truest blessing. He turned that into a driving force in training and became a two-time Winter Olympics champion in Sochi 2014 and Pyeongchang 2018 for the first time in 66 years. Now as a professional he would strive for his skating ideal. The competition demanded a high degree of difficulty and a wide variety of quadruple jumps, but what comes to mind is the 2002 Salt Lake City Winter Olympics, when Russians Alexei Yagudin and Yevgeny Plushenko showed a high degree of perfection in their quadruple jumps. He stated emphatically, "I love the fact that the program is first and foremost a story. I like to move with the music and the jumping, but I firmly believe that, watching all the way to the end, there has to be some story, there has to be something that touches the emotions at least a little bit." It was in Salt Lake City that I felt that. The scoring system is different than it is today, the scoring criteria is different, but that's the skating I've always admired. I want to appreciate the history. He's also thinking about incorporating 4 axles to enhance expression. His eyes brightened. "I want to perform in a way that both my jumps and technical elements make you feel something. I want to strive for more than everyone can expect from me,